She inspired thousands to love their bodies, but she couldn't save herself. Behind the confident smile of fitness influencer Raven K. Jackson was a heartbreaking truth. What really happened to this rising star? And how did her light go out so soon? Raven K. Jackson was young, beautiful, and full of dreams. At just 24 years old, she was a growing star in the fitness world. She had a strong brand called Go Crazy Fitness, where she helped people feel better, get stronger, and take care of their health. Many looked up to her. On social media, she had hundreds of thousands of followers. She posted workout videos, motivational quotes, and shared her life. To the world, she looked happy and successful. But all of that was only on the surface. Behind her smile, Raven was struggling. She battled with depression, but few knew just how serious it was. She hid her pain behind positive videos and bright clothes. She didn't tell many people how bad things had become. Even her boyfriend, a popular rapper known as 600 Breezy, said later that he didn't fully understand what she was going through until it was too late. On September 6, 2022, everything changed. Raven was found dead. Her death shocked everyone. The cause was suicide. It was a painful reminder that even those who seem strong and happy can be deeply hurting. Her boyfriend shared some of her last messages. She talked about how tired she was, how she felt like she had nothing left. She wrote that she was tired of the pain and that she wanted peace. People were heartbroken. Friends, fans, and family couldn't believe it. How could someone who gave so much to others be so lost inside? This story is about more than just what happened. It's about who Raven was, what she created, what she hid, and what we all missed. It's about mental health, silent pain, and the pressure to always be strong even when you're falling apart. Many fans started asking hard questions. Why didn't anyone see it coming? Could this have been prevented? What does her story teach us about helping others before it's too late? This story takes a deep look into the life of Raven K. Jackson. We will explore her early life, her rise to fame, the warning signs, her final moments, and the legacy she left behind. Welcome to True Crime Diaries, the place where we uncover shocking stories, unsolved cases, and deep mysteries from the world of crime. From real events to breakthroughs in investigation, we break it all down so you can see what really happened. Before we begin, don't forget to tap the subscribe button. Drop a comment below. Where are you watching from? Drop your thoughts as this story unfolds. Your opinion counts. These are real people, real events, and serious lessons we must not ignore. Share this video with someone you care about. It could make a difference, maybe even save a life. Let's get started. From the outside, Raven K. Jackson lived a life many admired. She was a fitness coach, a businesswoman, and a growing influencer. Her Instagram feed was filled with smiling photos, toned workout videos, and bold captions. She looked confident, strong, and full of energy. Every post she shared made people believe she had it all figured out. To her followers, she was known as Big Ray, a woman who motivated others to work harder and love themselves more. She launched a personal brand called Go Crazy Fitness, which quickly grew in popularity. Raven sold workout guides, hosted fitness challenges, and even organized wellness retreats. She created stylish fitness wear and promoted healthy living. Her followers praised her for helping them feel stronger, more confident, and more connected to their bodies. It wasn't just about working out, it was about becoming your best self. Raven's message was clear: be bold, be powerful, be proud. Her success didn't come overnight. She worked hard, studied biomedical sciences in college, and built her business from the ground up. She was proud of being a self-made woman. With over 250,000 followers on Instagram and a large presence on TikTok, her influence kept growing. People trusted her advice. They watched her morning routines, her gym sessions, her motivational talks, and her behind-the-scenes videos. For many, Raven wasn't just a coach, she was a role model. Raven's relationship also seemed happy from the outside. She was dating rapper 600 Breezy, and they often shared pictures and videos together. They laughed, traveled, and supported each other publicly. On social media, they looked like a strong couple, building each other up. Raven's fans saw her not only as a boss, but also as a loving partner. She talked about love, success, and healing. There were no signs that anything was wrong. But social media doesn't always tell the full story. Every photo was edited, every caption carefully written. Raven controlled what she shared, always making sure to stay positive. In videos, she laughed and danced. But in private, it was different. She was fighting a battle that most didn't see. The pressure to always appear happy and successful can be heavy, even for the strongest people. Behind the perfect picture was someone quietly hurting. Even with a successful business, a growing audience, and a loving partner, something was missing. Raven never stopped pushing forward, but it's clear now that she was also trying to keep herself from falling apart. She was the one everyone looked up to, so she never wanted to show weakness. The image she created was powerful, but it may have also trapped her. Long before the followers, brand deals, and camera lights, Raven Jackson was simply a girl with big dreams and strong ambition. She grew up in Mississippi, raised with values of hard work, independence, and resilience. She was smart, focused, and determined to build something meaningful in her life. Her early environment shaped the woman she would later become: confident, driven, and unafraid of standing out. Raven was not just about fitness. She had brains too. She studied biomedical sciences in college, first at Auburn University and later at Jackson State University. Her interest in science showed her discipline and commitment to learning. Though she eventually turned to entrepreneurship, her education gave her a solid foundation. It was clear from the start that she didn't just want to follow others, she wanted to lead. Her passion for fitness came from a personal journey. As a teenager, she struggled with self-image and confidence. She used exercise as a way to heal and grow stronger, not just physically, but emotionally. Over time, that routine became a lifestyle. She turned her personal struggles into fuel, using every setback to build something better. Her body became her business, but her heart stayed connected to her own transformation. In 2018, she created Go Crazy Fitness, a name inspired by her nickname and her fearless energy. It started small, but she poured herself into it. She wrote workout plans, filmed daily routines, sold digital programs, and designed athletic wear. She worked long hours, often staying up late to respond to customer messages, edit content, or pack orders herself. Her work ethic was unmatched. She was building more than a brand. She was building her legacy. As the brand grew, so did her influence. Raven was invited to speak at wellness events and lead fitness retreats. She became known for her transparency, often sharing stories of her progress, body changes, and mental health journey. People connected with her because she was real. She didn't pretend to be perfect. She admitted her challenges while still encouraging others to push forward. That honesty became a big part of her message. Her days were packed with content creation, coaching, business meetings, and brand collaborations. Yet, even in the middle of her busy schedule, she made time for her audience. She responded to messages, celebrated her clients' wins, and posted encouraging words. She used her platform not just to sell, but to serve. Her community wasn't built on trends, it was built on trust, and that trust kept growing every day. Behind the achievements, Raven remained grounded in her purpose. She wanted people to feel seen, supported, and strong. Whether through a live workout, a morning pep talk, or a product launch, her mission stayed the same: help people believe in themselves. She wasn't chasing fame. She was focused on impact, and that focus made her stand out in a crowded online world. Raven's image online was always bright and full of life, but slowly, there were changes. Her posts began to feel different, less frequent, more reflective. The captions she shared moved away from upbeat motivation to deeper, more emotional thoughts. Phrases like "fighting daily battles" and "healing takes time" began to appear. Though subtle, these changes marked the beginning of something heavier beneath the surface. At times, she would disappear from social media without warning. When she returned, she spoke vaguely about needing rest or protecting her peace. Followers often responded with support, unaware of the silent pain she was carrying. While her physical presence remained strong, the emotional weight she was hiding grew more visible to those paying close attention. There were moments in her videos when her energy seemed forced. Her once bright eyes sometimes appeared tired, and her smile, while still present, felt distant. Even during live sessions, she would pause longer between thoughts, sometimes sounding unsure. These weren't obvious signs to everyone, but for someone used to her energy, they showed a shift. Raven continued to work in post, but there were gaps in her routines. She delayed product launches and postponed scheduled events. She spoke less about her goals and more about needing time for herself. Her supporters saw it as self-care, not realizing she was withdrawing to deal with inner turmoil she had kept quiet for too long. Close friends noticed her pulling back. She no longer answered calls right away. She declined invites more often, preferring isolation over interaction. Some believed she was just busy, while others felt she was going through something more personal. Still, she kept her struggles away from public view, sharing only what she felt safe to reveal. Her boyfriend, rapper 600 Breezy, had also seen signs. In private, she spoke about emotional exhaustion and feeling overwhelmed. She didn't blame anyone, but she seemed weighed down. Messages between them later revealed the pain she had carried silently. It became clear that what she faced wasn't temporary sadness. It was something much deeper and ongoing. By the time the concern became urgent, it was already too late. The cracks in the smile had spread far beyond what many could see. Behind the filtered photos and perfect poses was a young woman holding on as best as she could. She had spent so much time lifting others that she no longer had the strength to lift herself. In the last week of her life, Raven K. Jackson kept moving as if everything was normal. She posted a few videos, responded to some comments, and reshared clips from her brand page. Her energy appeared calm, but those closest to her felt something was different. She had grown quieter, more distant, and emotionally reserved. While still showing up online, she was slowly shutting down in private. During those days, she spoke less with friends and stopped attending her usual meetings. Her phone was often off or left unanswered. She canceled a few upcoming business tasks, giving simple explanations like needing rest or taking a break. To others, it seemed like she was just slowing down. In reality, she was preparing to let go, making her final decisions in silence. Her boyfriend received a message from her that stood out. It wasn't rushed or confusing. It was detailed and heartfelt. In her words, she explained how tired she had become. She wrote about long years of emotional pain that she had managed alone. She thanked him for loving her and encouraged him to stay strong. Her message read like a goodbye, clear, calm, and deeply final. Raven had traveled from Mississippi to Chicago, where her boyfriend lived, but during her final hours, she chose to be alone. She reportedly went to a quiet location, away from busy streets and people. No one expected that this would be the last time she would be seen alive. There were no cries for help, no loud warnings, just a quiet exit from a loud world. Later, her body was discovered, and the news quickly spread. Emergency responders confirmed she had died by suicide. The discovery came with a note and a trail of messages that confirmed what her loved ones feared. Her boyfriend was devastated. He shared parts of her final message, not for sympathy, but to warn others of the dangers of untreated emotional pain. It was a painful confirmation of what many missed. The news reached the public fast. Within hours, blogs, influencers, and news platforms reported her passing. Photos of Raven flooded social media, some joyful, others heartbreaking. Supporters posted memories, screenshots of her videos, and quotes from her messages. Many expressed shock, others guilt, wishing they had seen more, understood more, or done more. Her story became a symbol of silent struggle, hidden beneath strength. Her final days, though quiet, left a loud impact. Everything she had built was now viewed through a different lens. Her past posts were replayed, her captions reread, and her silence re-examined. The world had seen her shine, but never imagined how much pain was behind her light. What she left behind became more than memories. It became a message. The moment the news of Raven K. Jackson's death was confirmed, waves of shock and sorrow swept across the internet. Fans who had once followed her workouts and positive affirmations were now reposting tributes filled with grief. Her smiling photos turned into memorial images, and her page, once full of motivation, became a space for mourning. The silence she left behind was loud, and it reached every corner of the online world. Her boyfriend, 600 Breezy, took to social media to share the truth. He posted part of her final message, where Raven described her emotional pain and the weight she had carried for years. He explained how deeply she had hidden her depression and how he had missed the signs. His posts were filled with regret, sadness, and a clear desire to make sure others did not suffer in the same way. His grief was public, but his pain was personal. People who had once admired her strength now saw a different story. They returned to her old posts, reading between the lines. Captions that once seemed like encouragement now read like quiet cries for help. Her followers began discussing the pressure influencers face to always appear perfect. Messages like "check on your strong friends" and "mental health matters" spread rapidly. Raven's story became a reminder that even those who inspire others can be hurting in silence. The fitness world responded with both love and action. Fellow trainers and wellness coaches dedicated workouts to her memory. They organized live sessions focused on healing, awareness, and support. Some of them opened up about their own battles, inspired by Raven's unspoken truth. Her name was mentioned in conversations that reached beyond fitness into spaces focused on mental health, emotional well-being, and personal care. Raven's family stayed private in their grief, but expressed appreciation for the support. A memorial service was held in her hometown, and people from different parts of the country attended or sent messages. Flowers, candles, and photos filled the space where she was honored. Her impact was not measured in followers or sales, but in the lives she touched and the people who felt seen because of her presence. The platforms she once used for business and motivation were now filled with sorrow. Posts tagged with hashtag Raven K. Jackson and hashtag Forever a Warrior showed how deeply her story reached others. From strangers to close friends, the emotions were real. Some felt shocked, others felt guilt, but many felt awakened. Her passing forced a reflection on how social media can hide pain and how easy it is to miss warning signs when someone is always smiling on the surface. Raven's absence created a space that could not be filled. But within that space, a new conversation began, one that focused on listening, understanding, and being more present for those around us. Her story continued not through her voice, but through the awareness she left behind. In silence, she had started a movement that reached far beyond her final post. Raven K. Jackson's death brought more than just sadness. It exposed a serious issue that affects many people. It showed how easy it is to look fine on the outside while struggling on the inside. Social media allows people to show only the best parts of their lives. Behind the filters and edited videos, real pain can go unnoticed. Raven's situation was not rare. It was a reflection of a growing problem in modern life. In the world of influencers, there's constant pressure to perform, to stay active, and to keep people engaged. Many feel the need to hide anything that may seem negative or unappealing. Being vulnerable is risky, especially for those whose income and image rely on positivity. Raven was seen as a strong, confident woman, but that strength may have kept her from speaking openly about her suffering. Mental health struggles are not always visible. There are no obvious signs in many cases. People can continue working, smiling, and functioning, even while they're dealing with emotional exhaustion. In Raven's case, she continued creating content and serving her community, even as her mental health declined. The fear of judgment or appearing weak can stop people from asking for help, even when they need it most. For young entrepreneurs and online personalities, the demands are intense. They face long hours, constant comparison, and high expectations. Raven built her brand from scratch, managed her business, and led her fitness movement mostly on her own. That kind of pressure can become overwhelming, especially when there's little time for rest or recovery. The drive for success can quickly become a silent burden. Her story highlighted the importance of mental health support, not just for people with public lives, but for everyone. Therapy, rest, and emotional safety are not luxuries. They are necessary for survival. Yet many people, especially in high-performing roles, believe they must always stay strong. Raven's experience revealed how damaging that belief can be. Since her passing, mental health organizations and influencers have used her story to spread awareness. Some launched campaigns focused on early support, regular check-ins, and emotional honesty. Conversations about burnout, depression, and anxiety became more open. Her name became linked to change not through her work alone, but through the warning her life and death delivered. The problem is bigger than one person. It lives in a culture that rewards performance over well-being and smiles over truth. Raven's life showed what success can look like, but her passing revealed what that success can sometimes cost. As the world remembers her, there's also a need to remember the lessons her story taught about pressure, silence, and the need for honest care. Raven K. Jackson may no longer be here, but what she built and shared continues to live on. Her message of strength, purpose, and self-love has remained in the hearts of the people she inspired. She didn't just run a business, she created a space where people felt seen, heard, and supported. Her brand, Go Crazy Fitness, became more than fitness. It became a movement rooted in personal growth and resilience. Even after her death, her work still speaks for her. Her videos are watched, her quotes are shared, and her impact remains. People return to her posts not just for workouts, but for motivation and healing. Her words, once seen as casual captions, now carry deeper meaning. They have become reminders of her strength and her ability to uplift others even in her quietest moments. Supporters began using her name as a symbol of courage. The hashtag Forever a Warrior grew, connecting thousands of people who related to her story. Many shared how Raven helped them through hard times, gave them hope, and made them believe in themselves again. She became a source of inspiration beyond the fitness world, her influence now touching lives through emotional awareness and real human connection. Fitness groups began honoring her in new ways. Some organized community events in her name, promoting both physical health and mental wellness. Others created online spaces where people could talk openly about their struggles without fear. These efforts gave her mission a new form, one that reached far beyond the gym, encouraging open conversations and mutual support. Her family and friends continue to speak about her light and the values she held close. They described her as a loving, driven, and generous woman who always wanted to make a difference. Through their memories, people learned more about who Raven truly was, someone who cared deeply and worked tirelessly to bring joy into the lives of others, even when she was hurting. Art, music, and writing have also been used to honor her memory. From tribute poems to digital murals, her image became a symbol of strength in silence. Creators from different backgrounds expressed their grief and love through the work they produced, helping keep her spirit alive in creative and powerful ways. Raven's life became a canvas for others to reflect on pain, healing, and hope. Raven's legacy is not only in the work she left behind, but also in the awareness she sparked. Her story opened hearts, changed minds, and pushed others to take mental health seriously. Though her journey ended too soon, the strength she showed in silence continues to guide people today. Her name, her message, and her mission remain etched into the lives of those she touched, forever remembered as a warrior who gave more than she ever received. That's a wrap on today's case. But the story doesn't stop here. There are countless voices still unheard, stories still in the shadows, and truths still waiting to be uncovered. Here at True Crime Diaries, we're dedicated to digging deep, exposing the facts, honoring the victims, and keeping their memories alive. If today's case opened your eyes, just know more powerful stories are coming. Stories that will make you pause, reflect, and ask tough questions. Hit subscribe, like this video, Turn on notifications so you're always first to know when a new case drops. We post regularly, and what's coming next is something you won't want to miss. Now it's your turn. What stood out to you in today's case? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and your voice helps keep these stories alive. Until we meet again, stay informed, stay alert, stay safe, because justice begins with truth. Every voice matters. Every story deserves to be told.